Hi there, this is Dr. Angus Pike here, founder of What Actually Works, where we help people just like you to get well and stay well. One of the questions that I get asked most, whether it's someone wanting to get their health back on track, whether they've got issues with their digestive system, or if it's somebody that wants to lose weight, is, what do I eat? Well, before we get into answering that question, let me just diverge for a moment, because when it comes to things like weight loss and stuff, there are many strategies that we can go about eating that aren't necessarily healthy for us. So if our goal is just weight loss, we could chop off an arm and that would certainly have us way less, but I would doubt that you're going to be any healthier from having chopped off an arm. And so when it comes to kind of moving forwards with fueling our body, what has to be the foundation is something that will make you healthier. And you see, this is where challenges come about, because we look on the internet and in the books, magazines, newspapers, then it's very easy for anybody to become an expert. And because of that, there's a whole bunch of really poor, dangerous information that gets handed around. So when it comes to fueling the body, when it comes to fueling it for a body that's, in great shape, that is strong and balanced, a healthy digestive system, immune system that works better, for a body that's going to live a long and healthy life, then we really need to go to the research. And there's plenty of research available, because we've got great data on cultures who have eaten a certain way for generations, who've survived a long and healthy life, free from chronic disease, free from the diabetes and the obesity, the arthritis, the cancer and the heart disease as well. And when we look at these cultures, then basically these cultures are what we call hunter-gatherer cultures. They're cultures that existed before our agricultural, they're pre-agricultural. And they ate what we call foods from nature, or sometimes it's referred to as Paleolithic eating. And so it's fruit and nuts, it's nuts and seeds, it's fruit and vegetables, it's good quality, healthy meats from there as well. It's a very little starch, and what it is it's virtually no sugar, and it's virtually no processed foods whatsoever. And when we dive into the research and we look at what actually happens when we begin to eat this way, well, the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition said that in as little as 10 days of eating a Paleolithic diet, a diet of foods from nature, then they began to see things like blood pressure start to come down. We began to see blood lipids, cholesterol levels begin to balance. We began to see insulin sensitivity come back to balance as well. Now that's incredibly important, because insulin sensitivity is the absolute key to a healthy body weight as well. So all these things began to happen in as little as 10 days, just eating foods from nature. And there was another interesting study that was done in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism, and they found that eating a Paleolithic diet, eating foods from nature, was actually more satiating than when they looked at a Mediterranean diet, another very popular diet as well. So not only is Paleolithic eating wonderfully good for you on all levels, but it's also incredibly satiating. It's a very satisfying diet to eat as well. It's not complicated, because the question that you need to ask yourself before you go reaching for something is this a food from nature or not? It means that for breakfast we can have wonderful eggs, mushrooms, spinach, these kind of things. For our snacks throughout the day, we can look at things like, nuts and seeds, a natural yogurt. Make sure you go for a natural yogurt, not one that's kind of man-processed and made. It's lovely salads and meats from there. Same thing for dinner as well. So it really opens up our choice to us. So when it comes to eating, the one diet that tends to tick all the boxes there is when we go by eating foods from nature, or that Paleolithic eating as well, okay? So this has been Dr. Angus Pike here, founder of What Actually Works, where we help people to get well and stay well. And if you found this information helpful, then you're really going to love the group of 20 videos that I've put together that goes through all of the most frequently asked questions that I've had over the last 10 to 15 years. Questions on how I should eat, how often I should eat, what foods and when. But also, how do I move my body? How do I eat, move, rest, manage my stress levels as well? Well, you can find all of those videos by going to my website, which is www.whatactuallyworks.com.au. So that's whatactuallyworks.com.au. We'll see you soon.